Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake up, wake up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey. Wake up, wake up. Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Halloween. It is Friday, October 31st. I'm Marc, and sitting in the co-host seat for the first and possibly the last time is Ethan Jackson. Hi, Ethan.
Hello.
If you don't know Ethan, Ethan has been our stalwart cameraman for the entire time we've been doing the show, right?
Wait, not the entire time. I think I started in late 2021.
All right, well, pretty much the entire time we've been doing the show. Ethan, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself, how you got to town, and what's happening with you, where you're going?
Okay, so I got to town in 2021. I moved here with Summer of Sass, and I didn't know if I was gonna stay after that summer, but you know, one thing led to another. I ended up staying, and I worked at I think I worked at the canteen for about a year. I lived in their house, and then Summer of Sass obtained that house, and I lived there, and did one more year of Sass. That's when it could go multiple years, and now I work for them. I help maintain the house a little, and I'm also supposed to kind of mentor the Sassers that come here.
I like how you say I'm supposed to.
Wait.
You
That's
do
not
mentor. No, you do mentor the new participants.
But they're kind of when they're here, I don't want to force them to come talk to me.
Sure.
They did sometime. They mostly talk to the other staff, but you know, I feel like I was there to bring a different perspective, just because I was closer to their ages, you know.
And you'd been through the program.
Yeah, so I think it was nice to have that perspective around.
I consider you one of the great successes of that program, because I've known you since you were a minor. Yeah. Under 21 when you first came to the program, and you were our camera person, and we were happy to have you. And then in your short life, and again, you're 22, right?
Yep.
In your short life, you have done more steps along the ladder of proving yourself and also taking care of yourself and saying, I need to help for health reasons, for many other reasons, to say, I need to be sure that I'm being a responsible adult. And look, again, 22,
I'm
again.
just kidding,
Yeah,
well, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, but I mean, you took care of a heart condition. Mm-hmm. 22, you navigated the health system.
I did.
Yeah, you forgot you did that. And I think sometimes you're hard on yourself, but I see you as someone who has made concrete changes in their life in conditions that most people my age are I can't deal with the healthcare system. I'll just have this, whatever. You navigated that shit. Yeah. You took care of that shit. It's huge.
Thank you.
Which,
it's really funny because it's been so long. I almost forgot I even did that. That was the first big thing kind of.
What was it? I mean, it's a major thing.
So I had this condition. It was. It's called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. It kind of, I don't know how this stuff works. Something about having an extra pathway in your heart, whatever the heck that means. And basically it just makes your heart beat abnormally fast, especially if you do exercise and stuff like that. So it really just made everything kind of complicated. So to get it fixed, you had to get a cardiac ablation, where they basically go in with a catheter, and they either burn it off or freeze it off, I think. So in my case, they burnt it off, So like basically they like take a catheter through your groin and bring it all the way up, and then they had to like burn it. So it was a weird sensation. You feel warm here, and there's something going up your groin. It's just not comfortable. Um, but yeah, that was like the big thing I kind of did that.
And
summer.
how old were you when you
I-
had that happen?
Oh, I was 18.
18. You
Oh
moved.
God, I was a baby.
You moved away from Ohio. You came
Yeah.
for Summer of Sass. It was not, and we could talk about this or not. You could shut it down. It wasn't a good life for you in Ohio.
Not really. I mean, still not. Not that I lived there, but girl. No, I grew up in Cleveland, and actually, like, my childhood, it had good moments. Like, when I lived in Cleveland, I would say, like, things were pretty smooth. Like, I can't say my family was ever, like, normal, but, we were, like, more normal back then. And we had good times. Like, Christmas was always a blast. There were, like, things annually we would do, like, with our dad, stuff like that. And then when we moved the second time, it was, we moved to, like, a nicer house, nicer neighborhood. But it kind of just like I didn't go to public school or anything growing up, so it was like pretty isolating. And when we moved the third time, we moved to like a rural area, which that's a whole story I could write a book about. But yeah, I didn't really like it there. I didn't feel accepted. Like the people I'd hang out with always did that kind of like slight bullying thing. And they were mostly my brother's friends. Like I would just like tag along when my brother was hanging out with his friends. But yeah, they always do that thing where they're like, slightly bullying, slightly homophobic, like to your face, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm just saying this. So I just didn't feel like accepted there at all. And then one thing led to another. I found out about Summer of Sass online. You know how I found it? Literally from doing that thing that we're talking about where I'm running my mouth on the internet in a Facebook group and someone was like, hey, I think I know someone that could like help your situation. And I was like, okay, cool. And they connected me to Kristen, and I kind of just didn't say anything. And then she messaged me and then told me about Sass and what it was, and I was like, you know what? Kind of want to do that. And I did.
And here you are. And again, like, kudos. I mean, again, you as a young queer person in a rural place, which is what Summer of Sass does, is brings young queer people from rural communities who don't really have an easy outlet in those communities and brings them here and shows them there is another world out there and they're here for a little bit or they're here for a long term. But you have worked in various places in town. You're working right now at the Mrs. A's kitchen.
Yes. It's been a blast, honestly. I've loved working there.
Great. I've eaten here. I don't ever eat out,
Yeah.
and I've eaten here twice in
It's
like
so
2 weeks.
good.
Yeah, the food is
so
amazing.
good.
But you are leaving us, which is why you're co-hosting today.
Yeah.
And where are you going?
I'm going to Dorchester, so near Boston. And yeah, I got my place, got my lease signed, all that. And when I get there, what I'm planning to do is because, okay, if anyone knows me, they're probably like, wait, girl, what happened to you going to college? Okay, so that's a whole story. I was supposed to go to Cape Cod Community. Things just kind of didn't work out with scheduling, not having a car, all that stuff. So when I get to Boston, I'm hoping to start looking at schools again, hopefully get in one to do like a spring semester. And also because I DJ, I would love if I can make it with that. I'm gonna like hustle so hard to get gigs, stuff like that. So that's gonna be like my main focus when I'm in Boston, just hustling.
Well, I hope that you, I know you are a hustler and I know you are really trying to improve your life again. And I say this to you all I say this to you all the time, in ways that most people I know have not made efforts to improve themselves. So give yourself some slack when you do go on your crazy Facebook rants. But I do commend you, and it's been a pleasure to have you work with us.
Thank
and
you.
I wish
I've loved it.
Good, and I wish you much success.
Thank you.
What'd you do this week?
This week, what did I do? I honestly didn't do much. Kind of just went to work. But last night I went to the pumpkin slut party in the Wave Bar.
Okay.
How was it?
It was actually really fun.
Was it slutty or pumpkin-y, or both?
To be honest, more just Cody, because it was rain. Like it was raining, so everyone just had like coats on.
Everyone's
Like-
wearing. I'm a sexy mailman, but I'm wearing my
it,
liquor.
it was freezing. No one could
Yeah.
really be sexy at all. Like I was just wearing I was wearing this shirt and I already know that's weird anyway. And then I had my coat on because it was raining. It was raining so hard.
I was home cozy in bed because I was like, nope.
That's what I almost did, and I was like, you know what? I should make myself go out because I
The
never.
last Halloween.
Exactly. Oh my God, this is I think this is the second year that I'm ever dressing up for Halloween.
Well, now you're legal, so of age. I mean, drinking age.
Yeah,
So
well, I did it. Wait, no, I didn't. Last Halloween, no.
What are you
I didn't
gonna
do
be?
anything. So I'm going to be the Mistress of Mayhem from Lady Gaga's Abracadabra video. I'm
Okay.
so excited. I basically have it all together. I just have to do a few tweaks today.
All right.
But yeah, you will be seeing me in town later.
All right. I will not.
I will be outside. Oh well, you won't.
I will.
Other people. Actually, I have to go to work, but after work, I will be outside.
You will be tweaking as the Mistress of Mayhem. Is that what I heard? Please don't be tweaking.
Tweaking?
No, girl.
Well, not while I'm at work.
No, you will never be. Twerking is one thing, tweaking is another, and you will never be tweaking.
Wow.
I will hunt you
It
down.
depends on what your definition of tweak.
Doing crystal meth.
Girl, I'm not doing crystal.
All right. Well, that's what tweaking is. All right. Just.
But in that song, Beyonce said she was tweaking. I highly doubt she's talking about doing crystal meth.
Well, that's what. Look, Google it. Tweaking is someone who is on crystal meth.
Okay, well,
and it
I don't
has been
think-
that way for as long as I know.
Okay, well, I don't think that's what Beyonce meant.
No, you don't know. She got a lot of money and a lot of rehab money. So she
Beyonce was almost very wholesome, and that's what we were doing.
Oh, sure. Speaking of
Exactly.
wholesome. No, just like.
But you know, good on you for getting clean though.
Oh, thank
That
you.
takes effort.
It did take effort, and it was. If you haven't heard by now, I was a meth addict for 7 years. So, ooh, yay me. Whatever one takes to get control of their life is what one should do, and hopefully, all of you out there, if you're having some issues, please reach out to our professionals here in town to just check in and reach out if you're having any substance abuse issues or mental health issues, etc. This town is trying to do more to put resources out in front of people. It's not easy, especially with funding cutbacks, etc. But talk to your friends, and you might not be able to source the information, but I'm sure someone in your group would be able to point you in the right direction, or just have a conversation with someone. Say, I'm not doing well.
I know there's pretty good resources in town right now. Cause didn't they launch some new things?
Yeah, they did.
At the Wealthy Harbor Actors Theater, they have second act.
They do. They have. If you are in recovery, you could take a theater class.
Oh, wow.
At the second act at Wealthy Harbor Actors Theater.
That's
Good
fun.
callback, Sam. We had Dana on the show a few weeks ago. It's just different ways of coping with addiction issues, and also expressing yourself and having addiction issues. And that isn't AA, which is fine. That isn't NA, which is totally fine if it works for you, but it doesn't work for everybody.
Right. So that's good to have.
And yeah, we're trying. We're trying. I think this town, for all of the problems, the rats, but for all of the problems.
What'd you call me?
Nice.
Wait, we have a rap problem?
Girl, how do you not know we have a rat problem?
Because we're not.
We don't. Okay, all right. We don't have a rat problem here at the
events
Crown
in
and
New
Anchor.
York.
Right. No, girl. There's a rat problem in town, and
I have no
it's.
idea.
I was like, well, there's one in my house. Literally, I don't keep any food out. I live in a cottage in the woods. I know there's a hole. I've had a rat in the past. I thought it was a mouse. Mice are cute. They're, whatever.
I can't.
Little Miss Mousy.
I
I hear her at night. It's fine. But this, I've caught one already. And you know the phrase dead weight?
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's used, because a dead rat you would think wouldn't weigh a lot, but when it's in that trap, that big giant trap that I had to buy for $19, that shit weighs a lot when you're trying to pick it up with a scraper and get it out of your house. It was so heavy, and it was like.
Wait, how big was the rat?
The rat was big enough that its head was in. This trap is as big as this, okay? The rat was in the trap, but like half of its body and all of that fucking snaky tail was hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was yuck. And the thing is, I have 7 traps set up in my house at this moment, and I've tried peanut butter, I've tried M&Ms, I have tried peanut M&Ms. I've tried cheese. I've tried the little fucking pellets that they're supposed to eat and get salt in their stomach, and then they go away and they die. Because I won't use
even know
the
that was a thing.
yeah, I won't use the rodent killer that would, if a dog ate it, it would
Oh,
poison
yeah,
a dog.
yeah.
The anticoagulant
Yeah.
ones, which I should. But anyway, I have all of the. I have a little tiny hole behind my water heater. Now I'm moving out of my shack this week. They're going to pull the water heater out. They're going to finally plug up that hole. But I did not want to go through a big construction project when it was in a seasonal rental. And the people that I rent from are amazing people, and I don't want to ever jeopardize that situation. But I'm like, girl, you know, I've been dealing with this rat. Anyway, it has not gone into the traps. It's very, like, she's very smart, which is cute, except if it's a she, she's gonna make a lot of babies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh,
if it was like if it was like an infertile she, I'd be like, you know,
oh yeah,
you're fine,
but like,
you can hang out. Yeah, infertile she.
Yeah, because she could have like her kids running around.
Oh, girl. Like, so last night, I haven't noticed the rat because I put everything away, literally. And the traps have been there. They have been baited. Nothing has gone in the traps. But last night I heard a little squishy scratch. And I have a metal roof, so any branch on the roof makes the sound, whatever. And this morning I got up and I forgot I had an apple that I picked off a tree in my bag. Oh, those of you with fruit trees, pick the fruit up off the ground. Use that fruit, and if you don't use that fruit, at least get rid of the things on the ground, because what do you think the fucking rats are eating? All those pears and apples that are sitting around your yard.
Oh wait, there's like garden scraps in our yard right now, like with tomatoes.
Yeah, you want to kind of get rid of those. You live in my neighborhood, we got rats there too.
Oh god.
But the rats moved from the breakwater. This is a fact.
Nope.
When the breakwater flooded, there was a huge rat colony at the breakwater that migrated. I don't know if have I talked about this already? Okay.
Not on camera.
Okay, great. The rats migrated twice a day with the tide. So they all lived at the end of the breakwater, and then when the tide went out, they would go and they would get the little crabbies and scrappies and boopity boop, and then the tide comes in and they go back towards the land. 2018, we had a big storm that overwashed the breakwater for like a whole tide cycle. So those rats were like, shit, we got no place to go. They ran across the street, and then they got into across the street for the breakwater. They're like, why the fuck are we moving twice a day? This is pretty good over here. So that rat colony moved. And then the Independent wrote about this, and I remember like they talked about these queens. I don't know if they're queens. They're queens. They talked about these queens on Pearl Street that were like, be sitting there in their backyard like, hi, Frank. Have you noticed anything in your yard that you don't usually have? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Charles. And you're like, have you just noticed like some unusual activity? Do you mean a rat? Yes, the rats! Ah! And everybody was like talking about the rats. Because these queens are like, oh my God, I have rats in my yard. Well,
I would be the same way. Like,
oh my God, they were like yelling at people for having bird feeders and whatever, which also you can't have bird feeders anymore if they spill out on the ground because of the rats. Cut to them investigating the rat migration through town. And like Fowler is our big exterminator company, and they checked the records of the calls that went into Fowler, and they mapped the progression of the rats from the west end through town. Now, if you don't know, you worked at the underground.
Yeah.
You know that big part that you never went into, the whole back part?
I went there.
Okay, but there's even another part that you never went into, because there's a back of that.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a big. It's closed now. We can shit talk it.
So, girl, no, that was like my job.
The entire length of that block, there's one crawl space basement that goes the entire length of that block. Yeah. Now, global warming and the tides are getting higher and the water's coming in, so it's going into places. It's always flooded in that space, but it's flooding more now. Yeah. So those rats that would run the entire length of that block, like now have no place to go. And then they tore that building down in the middle of the block and are putting in a concrete basement. Most people don't have concrete basements here, if you don't know that. And so the rats have, shooed away, and they're running around, because Bob Carey wrote, because I saw his show on Monday, and he was like, girl, I didn't realize. Everybody's talking about the rats, the rats, the rats. He's like, I went to get my bike after my show at the Post Office Cabaret on Monday, and he was like, I was shocked. There's a lot of rats running around. So I currently, maybe this will change, town is like, these businesses have to get themselves together and get, rat traps and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But I think at a certain point, because I think the number quoted was $18,000, which isn't a lot of money when you think about it, for an annual rat trapping campaign and poisoning, not anticoagulant poisoning, but anyway, Blood. Oof, girl, this coffee. Anyway, there is currently a rat problem in town. Everyone needs to secure their trash. Don't throw birdseed on the ground. I know we want to feed the little pigeons, but honey, they'll survive. Or they won't because of bird flu. But like, secure your trash, secure your things. If you have a garden, call your gardener, and you're out of here, call your gardener and say, get rid of the tomatoes, get rid of the apples, get rid of the shit that's laying on the ground because it's helping to feed the rats.
Okay, a mouse is one thing, but if I see a rat,
Oh, girl.
like I hate them both, but oh my god, especially because some of them can get big. Like I've heard of them becoming like cat-sized.
Well, we don't have cat-sized rats.
Thank
They're
God.
this big, and they're mostly like underground rats or like outdoor rats, burrowing rats. But
I know Boston has rats, but like I've been to New York and like you will just see rats like walking around the street, and I'm like, I love New York, but that's part of why I didn't move there because I'm like I can't.
Oh, girl, moving.
That's not the main reason, but like still.
Well.
And also, as I get older, I hate that movie, Ratatouille more, and because now that I worked in kitchens, I'm like, y'all were nasty. They were literally letting rats cook in that kitchen. Like, do you know how much disease that would spread?
Well, it was a clean rat.
Yeah, but like in real life, like they'll be spreading disease. And
Yeah,
then they
that's
tried
why
to
we
make
don't
us.
want rats.
They tried to make us feel bad too. They're like the rats. I'm like, no, you better get out that kitchen.
Better get out that hat.
You better get
I
out.
love that you. Okay.
Nope.
That was our takeaway. Don't have rats cook in your kitchen.
No. Please don't. I don't blame them. Like when he showed them the rat and they all walked away, I would do this. I'm like, girl,
Girl, I don't
that's
either.
nasty. Like, no.
I think we beat the rats.
Okay,
We beat that
yeah,
horse.
we don't.
A couple of local newsy things. So we saw what you did. We know what you're going to do.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Possessed at the Red Room tonight.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. That will be fun. And what is it? 5 floors of things.
5
No,
floors?
no,
I was like,
it's 3 separate parties.
oh,
Blah blah blah. There will
like
be.
going on at the same.
Yes, it's a multi-complex. You can walk
Wait,
through the
really?
whole thing. Yeah.
I've only been on like
Honey,
the first
tonight is
floor.
the night. There will be thousands of people. The rain has stopped. It's actually warm
Yeah.
today. The sexy mailmen can come out. And I always wanted to be a sexy mailbox.
A sexy mailbox.
Yes, because you're sexy mailman. But imagine a sexy mail, and it's a drag character. Sorry. And imagine a sexy mailbox, and it's a mailbox costume. You know, that round shape, and it's over your shoulders. And then you do this, tits.
Oh wait, that's smart.
Sexy mailbox. But you're with the sexy mailman, so it's kind of a twofer.
That's
Ladies,
actually really
if you want
smart.
that costume, I mean, someone's probably gonna. You could probably buy it at fucking spooky. What is it called?
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween next year. Take my idea.
Damn.
All right.
That's a good idea.
It is pretty good, right? I have lots of ideas. I just never. Follow through is always terrible for me. There's a couple things going on. The town website has. Obviously, we all know there was a huge hurricane that struck Jamaica, and we have a very large Jamaican community here. And there are ways to help that community. If you go through the town website, they will have some sort of vetted. There's GoFundMe campaigns, and everyone here. If you live in town, really, you know people who are of Jamaican descent or who are Jamaican citizens. And so you probably have, through those connections, had a GoFundMe campaign come across your way. But also the town is sort of collating a bunch of different organizations. The Jamaican Association of Massachusetts, JAMA, is an organization you can give to. Pastor Brown, who is the figurehead for a large Jamaican church that's in Truro, has a GoFundMe thing. Other people have GoFundMes for their villages and stuff. I was just checking with our friends here, and so far no one here has lost anybody's life. And they said, we will rebuild buildings, but we can't rebuild the lives that we've lost. So if you want to donate to any of the organizations, go to the town website. I think they've done a good job of giving you some different things, or donate to your friends' GoFundMe campaigns. But
There's also like bins at Stop and Shop you can.
and also the Gifford House has they're accepting donations as well. I think until November 6th. And then that's going to be shipped back to Jamaica. I was talking to a couple of staff there, and they're like, "We need that box." And I was like, "You may have this box because we're going to fill it full of stuff and send it back home." So our hearts go out to the people of Jamaica and the people in this town that really help this town run. So if you can donate, please do so. Also, tonight, from 4:30 to 6 is the greet and treat. And that is for the kids in the town. It is going to be held inside because initially it was going to be outside, but the weather changed. So it's going to be inside the VMCC. VMCC, I remembered that. So if you have kids and go to the greet and treat, I'm not dressing up. Halloween, it's gotten so big here that I get overwhelmed and I do not like it. So I was invited to go to Wellfleet to hand out candy to the kids in Wellfleet. My friend has a place right in Wellfleet Center.
Like tonight?
Tonight, yeah. So I'm going to
Good
go.
luck leaving town.
I know. Oh no, honey, everyone's coming into town. I'll be able to get.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So I'm going with to my friend's house to hand out candy for the kids.
That's
and
cute.
Yeah, and then we will be rehearsing lines for the Dune Inn at the Gifford House, which opens next week. I will. I have a little film clip, nonsense clip to talk about that. But I'm in a play, learning lines for the first time in 15 years, having to be off script, and that for this almost 60-year-old brain has not been easy. I finished my last Dune tours this week. A couple of my guests, who are stalwart watchers of the show from Oakland, California, are in the audience today. Other newsy things. Oh, and there's a couple other ways to help our Jamaican community. At Blackfish on Sunday, it's their closing day, starting at 5 o'clock. And so all of the they have donations. All of the donations will be going to the Jamaican community. And also, Lewis Brothers closes tomorrow. It's your last chance to get some ice cream. If you go tomorrow, their last day, all proceeds are going to help. A lot of their staff is also of Jamaican origin. It's going to help them and their families. So there are plenty of ways that it's a twofer. You can actually get some ice cream and you can help your Jamaican friends or people in the community.
I love Lewis Brothers. I love getting their vanilla shakes. Not boring, but they're
It's
so
not boring.
good.
If a good vanilla shake is a good vanilla shake.
And the ladies that work there are always so sweet to me.
Oh, that
I love it there.
They're not really sweet to me, even though I work next door. They always give me
Well,
side eye, but that's okay.
That's because you're, you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. So newsy stuff. There is in this week's Independent, the Kratom Conundrum comes to the Outer Cape. I didn't know about this until I read this in a paper. So there is a supplement, an herbal supplement. It's a plant in Southeast Asia that they've used forever, and it's sort of mimics opiates. So it gets you high in various ways. And so, of course, they're selling it in convenience stores, but now they've synthesized it into something called 7-OH. So it's the more pure because it's chemical.
Oh, yikes.
And you can just buy it in a convenience store. Many people are using the plant-based version as a substitute for pain relief, or so they're not taking opiates. But they are also having a lot of reports of addiction issues. Surprise, surprise! Addiction issues with this drug, which you can buy in convenience stores. So they're going to start looking at maybe we need to not have this product available because people are having issues with a opiate-like derivative. Surprise!
It's kind of weird how many things are starting to become readily available that you can get high off of. Because I don't remember what they're called, but there's I don't know what they're called. There's these flavored things that kids always get in middle school and high school.
Vapes?
No, it's something else. You eat it, I think, and it gets you high. I cannot remember what it's called, but
there's always been something to get you high.
Yeah.
And but now because you can go on TikTok and say, I just bought, Scooby Doops, and I've been wow, I don't like this, and now everyone's buying Scooby Doops. Because that ad from Scooby Doops went on TikTok.
Where did you get your Scooby Doops?
I wish I could get
Tell
some.
me.
I get them shipped in from Montana because it's the only place it's actually legal.
Wait, I'm so sorry, but what?
I made it up. It's just a phrase.
Oh, I was like,
You know, I
thought you were talking about those like Scooby-Doo crackers, and I was like, those are
no
so good.
crack crackers.
Damn.
Crack crackers. All right, so that's our newsy stuff. What else do we have? I think that's. I'm just going down my list. I think we did. I do all of the pictures that I said I was going to. Excellent. So I think we're going to turn it over to Sam to give us the roundup for all of the events that are going on for Halloween and also this week. Take it away, Sam.
Good morning and welcome to the Wake Up Weekly Roundup with me, Sam Sewell, for the week of October 31st through November 6th. Happy Halloween! And if you haven't gotten tickets to see me and Clue, now is your chance. Playing until November 29th, you can see Mrs. Peacock, Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet, and myself as Professor Plum. Quite dashing, I think. So get tickets now for Clue. I will see you there. And it is Halloween weekend, Spooky Bear weekend, everyone. You can get all the lineup because there's so much stuff going on at ptown.org that has the list of house parties with the likes of Possessed 6, 3 clubs, 3 DJs, one hell of a party. This is at the Red Room where you can win a prize, $1,000 cash for best loop going on tonight. And also, it's Spooky Bear weekend at the Gifford House, and they're having lots of events there, as well as the Crown and Anchor. But I do want to note that Johnny in Monsterland has a special screening today at 2 p.m. This is a locally shot film, and it's very community-based, so go see Johnny in Monsterland. Also, shout out to Austin and the crew at Sanctum Paranormal that have a paranormal museum and also do guided ghost tours and cemetery tours, and can do seances. So if you're feeling frisky, go check them out at Sanctum Paranormal. Then on Saturday, Mike Ackerman presents The Big Wiggle, a pre-tea dance from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the iconic Gifford House. Enjoy dancing, food, and some daytime wiggles. Then later on that night at Town Hall, Megan Mullally and Judy Gold are back at 8:30 p.m. I went last time. It was quite amazing, so if you had missed it, don't miss it now. Then later on that night, Spooky is hosting Helltown Burlesque himself for Spooky Bear weekend. What could be better? Our very own Helltown Burlesque with Spooky during Spooky Bear. Go and check this out. It will be an unforgettable night to be sure. Congrats, Spooky. Then you can also dance at the All Saints Day party with Lizzie Pitch at the Grotto Bar at 10 p.m. and going all the way till 1 a.m. Then on Sunday, you can get your mimosa on with the Sanderson Sisters brunch over at the Crown and Anchor. Seating's at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Truthfully, this is one of my favorite Halloween films, so I applaud you all. And then later you can get Spooky Bear Drag Bingo and the Paramount Room at 2:30 to help support fundraising for the AIDS support group. It's $25 per ticket. And then you can mosey on over to the Water's Edge Cinema where they will be screening K-Pop Demon Hunters, a special sing-along screening at 4 p.m. Then, moving on to Monday, we'll be in November, but that means the Coffee House at the Muse is back. Congratulations to the Muse. This event is hosted by Peter Donnelly and Ron Robin, and the open mic will happen every Monday night at 7 p.m. You can sign up at 6:30. Then on Thursday, looking forward, the Provincetown Food and Wine Festival 2025 is back for its 5th year, and all of the lineup for the full listings can be found at ptownfoodandwinefestival.com. Y'all, it's November. But happy Halloween to everyone who's celebrating today. I will see you out and about, and stay safe. As always, if you have anything, please email me at wakeuproundup@gmail.com or at me on Instagram. And as the nights get longer, I will probably be posting things on my Instagram page. But for now, happy Halloween, happy Spooky Bear, and again, stay safe. Bye.
We were supposed to have Karl Gregory on the show today, but he got called into work. So I taped a very crazy interview with the cast of The Dune Inn last night after rehearsal at the Gifford House. So check this out. Guys, I'm here at the Gifford House with the cast of a brand new play, The Dune Inn, written by Cody Sullivan, Katie, Nick, and Karl, and me. Believe it, I'm going to be on stage. You guys, this has been a different experience for us, right?
Yeah.
We're used to doing those Cody plays that are, rehearsed for about a half an hour and thrown up in 4 seconds.
And this one, instead, we decided to give ourselves a little bit less than a month.
To learn lines and do a fully rehearsed and prepared performance. So,
Yeah, it's been really exciting. It's been fun to work with all of you.
Yeah, we've been workshopping this for like a year, something like that.
Yeah, once at the Provincetown Theater and once in Boston.
Yeah.
And it's completely different. It's so different than it was at the beginning, but it's still about the housing crisis, which is importante.
Mucho importante.
It's been a lot of this in rehearsal. But we definitely laugh a lot, but it's also, has like the play also has like some gravity to it.
We're a gassy bunch.
I have never worked with a group of people that have expelled more gaseous emissions out of their
This
body.
is how we get people to come to the show.
The four of us are solely responsible for global warming.
I wish I had a burp like right now.
I know.
But you guys, I think it's just it's a totally different vibe. What we're doing, there's shades of the Cody world in it, but it is an important piece. It's a fun piece.
Yeah.
It's on a serious topic, but very light in some ways and very heavy in others.
Yeah.
But it's still in your good old favorite room, The Wild, at the Gifford House on November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's Thursday through Sunday. You can get tickets at codyplays.com.
Yeah.
We're gonna sell out! Is what I've been telling people. So you should get those tickets before they're gone.
And you can also go to the Gifford House's website for tickets as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
And
check
when
us out, you guys.
Get here early, get yourself a drink,
Good one, Katie.
Unless you're sober.
Yeah. Well, you can still get a drink.
Thanks,
I didn't
Katie.
say alcohol.
Thanks, Katie.
Oh, really great. Wow.
So
if you want to catch
invited.
this,
Yeah. Repartee.
come see the Cody play next weekend at the Gifford House.
It's not Cody Play.
No, it's
No.
not. It's
It's
played by
Cody's new play.
Right,
It's a
it's
new
called
play
the
by
Dude
Cody.
In. It's Halloween weekend, and what would Halloween be without a visit from our spectacular host, Austin Tyler?
Woohoo! Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
How are you, Austin?
I am so good. It is my weekend. I'm alive. Let's get weird, right?
Yeah. So explain this to me, because I have no reference.
Well, it's been an interesting year. I dropped about 90 pounds.
Wow.
And so for the first time in my life, I'm taking a stab at sexy, so I went as Donkey Kong, right?
Okay.
So I got like the little musculature, and just to clarify, I eat these for the shape, not the flavor. Yes, Donkey Kong, better believe.
Got it. So, Austin, you are part of Sanctum Paranormal.
Yes, it's been such an amazing experience in this past 2 years. So last year we were doing primarily ghost tours, couple a week, getting a feel for it. And this year we opened our brick and mortar shop, which is Cape Cod's only paranormal artifacts museum, in addition to the ghost tours that we're doing. So I take great pride in ruining P-Town just a little bit for people. So I know we know about the Pilgrims and the Portuguese history, but there have been signs of human habitation out here for thousands of years. And so, like classic European settlers, what are we going to do but move into a giant Native American burial yard and mess things up? So I know everybody says, I've had a ghost experience in this building or that building, but it's every square inch of the zip code.
Right. Mm-hmm. People have lived and died here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So.
And it's fun. I mean, well, that's a bad segue, but it's an interesting topic when you're exploring some of the notable historical figures. But as I've been doing this tour, I'm finding that a good chunk of it comes from people who live in town, who've been on the tour, who've just giving me background stories that I didn't get in my initial script. So instead of just saying a script that I could pull from Wikipedia or Google, you're getting personal stories, you're getting stories that are not documented on the internet. These are passed through generations, and oftentimes the locals will actually walk by the tour and jump in with their own stories. So this is a real interactive personal experience.
So if I see you on the street, I could be like, oh, what about the old Frankie in the alley that they found with a wig on buried underneath the basement?
Which Frankie in which alley?
Well, there was
No, but that said, one of my warnings at the top of the tour is the locals can and will mess with tonight's tour, and that's part of the engagement. We have a good time with it. And so this weekend, especially being Halloween, I'll be doing shop hours, shop and museum from noon to 5 today. And I have not one, but 2 tours this evening, one at 7 p.m. and one at 9 p.m. And it's about 70 minutes long. Again, perfect thing to do. The weather's a little on the spooky side.
Sure.
But let's say you hate windy, cold temperatures, come check out the museum. It features 31 different items. We're talking things from the Victorian mourning shrouds, human hair wreaths. We have a collection of dolls you don't want to mess with, as well as items from the spiritualism movement and old school ghost hunting techniques. That said, we have a 100% survival rate for all tours and museums, so we're doing really well this week.
But are you? But would it actually be better? Well, we have a 98% survival rate. Some people's hearts couldn't take it.
I mean, it means I'm doing my job, right?
Right, exactly. Are you doing any cemetery tours, or is that something that you're gonna like move on to?
So we're working on it. We definitely have 2 or 3 tours established, and we're looking at expanding because again, it's not this building is haunted or even this street is haunted. This entire zip code. We're talking strange, mysterious death circumstances. We're talking murders, and there's even one stop on my tour. I will not get within 50 feet of the building. Oh. I won't do it. I'll tell you all about the history, and I even explain why I won't get near this building.
It's not.
But it's messed up.
Is it the Rose and Crown where you used to work? Is that why?
No. I'm glad you brought it up. I actually adore the Rose and Crown.
Right.
And as you know, as anybody who's lived long-term in Provincetown, there is a price to pay in moving to Provincetown. It just so happens that mine was living in the film Poltergeist. No, I love the Rose and Crown. I love the business, the folks who own it. But yeah, most of my tenants didn't pay for rooms because they were dead and occupying it year-round.
Think of all the money they saved.
Damn.
Here's a fun fact for you to know, and these guys heard it the other day.
Yeah.
There are more bodies buried in the back shore than there are in the town cemeteries combined. All of the town cemeteries on Cape Cod. There are more bodies buried in the ocean due to shipwrecks than there are in all the town cemeteries combined, which I thought was a fascinating Lisa King fact that I learned.
Well, it's interesting. It's said that the world's largest graveyard overall is the ocean.
Yeah.
So we know that we bury bodies on land, but oceanic disasters, history, what have you, moving tides, there's pretty much, is that, oh.
Was that a ghost baby? No, it's just a normal baby.
Which is far scarier than a dead one.
Even more terrifying. The father's like, oh my God. So is the sanctum going to be, is it a year-round thing, or is it like, oh, we're going to get it all on Halloween? Is that like...
Brilliant question. I'm glad you asked. In this case, we are aiming to be a year-round operation because although we get excited about the dead and haunted history around Halloween, it is a year-round situation. Right. So we've actually run a few seance events, and the owners and operators of this operation are actually Adam Berry of Ghost Hunters, Kindred Spirits. He's a podcaster, a writer, really well-known in the industry. And then the business partner and co-operator is a woman by the name of Kathy Kelly, who owns and operates Paranormal Asbury Park, which has been in operation for, I think, 25 or 26 years. And in her history, she's given tours to over 500,000 people. So we're talking heavyweights in the industry. So I find that they're brilliant to work for. They give me the room to be that quirky P-Town weirdo, to do my little spooky storytelling, while keeping it based in historical fact, true circumstances. And I'll tell you, as far as having a boss or business operator keeping eyes on you, absolute sweethearts to both of them. It's been super easy to work with and for these folks.
Now, you've been doing tours for years.
Oh, yeah.
For different people. And I'm also a tour guide. And what I find that people are more interested now is experiences. Rather than like, oh yeah, we went to tea dance for the 1700th time. It's like, maybe take that money you're going to spend on a couple. And they are one of our sponsors.
We love them. We love
them.
them.
We know. We love the boat trip. But it's like maybe but just like maybe like take one day and do a tour, do a Dune tour, do a ghost tour, do Anne Hutchinson's history tour. You're going to get more out of that in an hour of your life than you will do having drinks elsewhere, or whatever, or going to Boy Beach yet one more time, or something like that.
I forget, which tour company are you with?
Art Student Tours.
All right, so this is something I love saying at events, because Arts is a frequent supporter of bingo events that I do Saturday, 2 to 4 o'clock. I have never heard someone go on Arts Dune Tours and have a complaint. And in Provincetown, that does not happen. Everyone does everything, and someone's going to bitch about it. Right. In the case of Arts Dune Tours, I've never had somebody say even a remotely critical word of their experience on arts. So, good job, good job. Thank you for the sponsorship. We love the touring companies because it's a way of bringing you out of your vacation for just an hour and helping keep the history of a place alive. So one of my little favorite factoids about Provincetown is, have you ever wondered why the gay population arrived here? Like, what was the trigger event? So, it was the collapse of the whaling industry. Why is that? It doesn't necessarily make inherent sense. It's because when the whaling industry was shut down for legal purposes and protection of the whales, the Portuguese population had to pivot over to full-time fishing. But this isn't sitting on a boat, cracking a beer, having an afternoon. These men would go for weeks, months, or even years at a time to support their family and the community. So the Portuguese fishermen actually went out and sought gay men to take up the housing for 2 reasons. One, they were generally purported to be good neighbors. Mostly true these days. I have my questions. But the second and more important reason is because these men would not be a threat to the lonely fishermen's wives. It was a simple matter of practicality.
Oh, wow.
And that's interesting because I have a different spin on that same
story.
And that is because a lot of the Portuguese women here were widows. And so in order to, and this was no social safety net back then.
Nope.
So if your husband went off to sea and he died and you didn't own the house, that bank was like, beat it, lady.
Oh,
and your kids too.
shit.
There was nothing to rely on. So they had to get renters in, and single men were here. Also, like whaling industry, if you were gay, you went into an industry where there were no women. And you were isolated for periods of time with just men. There's always going to be the one that's happy to service the men in that industry, and there was less of a stigma if you were there was less of a stigma if you were gay and you were on a whale boat. You were just there like, oh, Frankie down there will handle it and stuff. But the stigma wasn't there, and those were industries that we had here. The long-term fishing fleets, the long whaling voyages, etc. And those people came back here and settled it. Also artists. So.
Now, folks, what you just witnessed was 2 tour companies bolstering and supporting and enriching each other's tours, because that's how we should be working out here, is factoids, trading, building each other up. I tell people, if ever you're a local in Provincetown, you own a business, you work somewhere, make sure I see you, because I'm happy to mention you to my tour crowds. Because again, we got to bolster each other up. It's a weird time to be alive, so we could take our rage and upset to social media, or we could just find ways day in and day out of doing kind things for each other. Which, before you mentioned what's going on in Jamaica with Hurricane Melissa, we could take our rage to social media and say, F this person, I hate this person. A bigger middle finger to that segment of humans is to donate and support people in Jamaica, people going through crisis who are being denied benefits. Just an idea. So you could write the words, or you could encourage or donate yourself to just support. Just my 2 cents on the matter. But
Great point.
my banana!
Not the banana tragedy. All right, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you tell when a place is haunted? Like, do you just have something where you're like?
So I'm glad, I love this question. In my case, yes, because I was raised slightly differently than your standard individual. A lot of parents, when they're bringing up kids and they say, there's something under the bed, there's something in the closet, there's something outside, most parents will say things like, it's just your imagination, there's nothing there. My parents would say things like, well, if you don't pay attention to it, it'll leave you alone. And my dad was famous for saying, son, the boogeyman doesn't attack the person under whose bed he's living.
Oh.
Which is why I am now a ghost tour guide here in beautiful Provincetown, Massachusetts.
They ain't gonna bother me.
I'm leaving so soon, but I would love to, because in our house there's a ghost that for some reason someone named Sam.
Okay.
So I'd love to know like
They
what
sound
the
great.
story. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sure. I think David Dunlap talked about Sam the Ghost last week.
Really? Oh, okay. I thought it was just like a nickname. We were like,
No, I mean I think Sam's there.
yeah.
What's right now? Anyone could watch a horror movie. What's the one to watch?
I had an absolute blast with the movie Weapons. Have we seen this movie?
I have not yet.
So the thing about the movie Weapons is it is written by a comedy writer. And some of the best horror you're ever going to see is written by comedians because it's a very slight filter difference between comedy and horror. The question is, do we laugh about it or do we scream about it? This movie, what's his name? Zach Cregers, I believe. He did the movie Barbarian.
Oh, all right, okay, yeah.
Which had the single biggest left turn you have ever seen in a horror movie in the last 50 years. And in this case, you never really know where the story's going, but it has just that perfect amount of camp. And what an ending. I don't do spoilers. I'm a good human being. I don't do spoilers. But oh my gosh, if you're looking for the least expected laugh in a horror movie circumstance, you're going to see Weapons all the way.
All right, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
All right. Austin, thank you for coming today. Happy Halloween. Happy ghost tours.
Thank you so much, and same to you.
You could check out Austin's work at the Sanctum Paranormal. And now I think we're going to take it over to the weather, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Let's hear what Sean has to say about this week and this week's weather report. Take it away, Sean.
Good morning, boys, and happy Halloween. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be broadcasting under mostly sunny skies this morning after that torrential deluge last night. Dark, windy, miserable, and spooky barely begins to describe the kickoff to Spooky Bear weekend. But the rain has passed, and now the big headline is the wind. She's the real drama queen of Halloween this year. Let's take a look at your forecast. Today, expect sun and clouds with highs near 60, but gusts pushing 45 to 50 miles an hour will have wings and capes taking flight. A wind advisory is in effect, and offshore waters are under a storm warning as Hurricane Melissa spins far out to sea, tightening the pressure gradient and cranking up those gusts. Saturday stays mostly sunny but remains the windiest of the bunch. Gusts still flirting with 50 miles an hour, so plan for extra hairspray and skip anything that could double as a sail. It'll feel cooler than the upper 50s suggests, especially late in the day. By Sunday, the wind's calm, the sun is back, and it's shaping up to be a gorgeous, crisp finish this Spooky Bear weekend. Highs in the low 50s. Perfect for one last disco zombie tea. Then next week, we stay seasonably cool and mostly dry. Highs in the low 50s and 40s overnight with a light midweek breeze as Provincetown settles into November. As for my late night gremlins, tides are perfect for getting your feet sandy this weekend, though with these gusts, you may want to find yourself in the center of the huddle. And we've got the Beaver Supermoon happening on Wednesday and Thursday night, the biggest and brightest moon of 2025. Around town, the energy is electric. Last night's soggy but fabulous masquerade ball at the Gifford House set the tone, and the big ones are still ahead at the Boat Slip. Dead Dance Tea tonight and Spooky Tea tomorrow, both extended until 9 p.m. Sunday wraps with another round of Disco Zombie Tea, and the Bowie Bar is open all weekend from noon till late. For the full details, check out at Boat Slip Resort on Instagram. And don't forget, daylight savings time ends Saturday night, which means every horny ghoul gets an extra hour of playtime. But the sun will start setting just after 4:30, my favorite. Finally, a friendly reminder from our pals at Test and Treat, even if everything feels great, it's always a good idea to get checked out after a big weekend. Give them a buzz at 774-538-3350. That's it for me. Happy Spooky Bear, Provincetown. For those of you in town, I'll see you at tea. Have a fabulous Halloween weekend. Mark, Ethan, back to you guys at the brewery.
You, Sean, for that beefy weather report. Please welcome to Wake Up Daniel Reichard.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me, guys.
So it's Halloween, everything's spooky and scary and sexy, but no, spooky and scary, but there is sexy, but in a different way. Daniel, you're doing a different type of show for the weekend.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here visiting Provincetown, but this time I'm actually doing some shows This is my new club act. It's called Hello Neighbor, Songs We Grew Up To for a Grown-Up World. So in a certain way, I'll be dressing up as Mr. Rogers for Halloween today. And so I'm in Mr. Rogers drag, as I call it. But anyway, it's an evening of songs that are extremely valuable to every person's childhood. Mr. Rogers songs, Sesame Street, Muppets, the Sherman Brothers who wrote Mary Poppins and a lot of the big Disney movies, amongst other categories of songs. But basically, the show sort of explores how all of these songs that were written in this time for children very much apply to the adult experience. So if you're 80 years old or 60 years old or 40 years old or 20 years old, you listen to these songs, you go, oh my gosh, that really is what everything I'm going through is like right now. So that's really the idea of it. And it's funny, it's lively. I'm with the Bart Weissman Trio, who are just absolutely fantastic musicians. And it's about an hour long. We're performing tonight at 6 o'clock right here at the Crown and Anchor.
And it's like a positive show, because I heard I was having dinner here very quickly the other night or last week, and it's a positive show, and like God knows we could use some more positivity in it, but it's not Pollyanna.
Well, not at all. You know, I kind of am. I'm a Gemini, so I have like my good boy, bad boy side. But yeah, it's really. I say it in the beginning of the show. The idea is to make each person feel better about who they are right now, and that's really what it's all about, quite simply.
So even if you're a sexy mailman or a sexy mailbox, you can stop in and just like get an hour's worth of a feel-good moment in your life. Also, so you were on Broadway in the original company of Jersey Boys.
Correct, yeah. So I was the original Bob Gaudio, who wrote the famous songs like Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man, Oh What a Night, which was one of my songs in the show.
Oh, so you got to sing that particular
Yeah,
song.
which was kind of funny. When I auditioned for the show, they said, you seem perfect for this part. Why don't you do anything else? I said, well, I play the piano. I sat down the piano, I played Oh What a Night, and that ended up being one of my songs in the show, which was cool. But it was an incredible life experience. First person to knock on my dressing room door was Donna Summer, if you could imagine. Then every day was like that. So it was just a thrill to be on such a rocket ride of success with that show.
Did they have you play piano? So if you showed your child, did you actually play piano
Yes,
in the show?
I did, yeah.
And you said you did that show here.
Well, so in a certain way, about almost 20 years ago, the guys and I started doing concerts outside of the theater, and we got hired right here at the Crown and Anchor to perform. And we were just coming to do songs, but the marquee said Jersey Boys. We were like, take that down. We're going to get sued. But we had this very memorable night, and that's actually when I met the Bart Weissman Trio. They were performing at my show way back when, and here we are performing together again.
20 years later. Now, I just was doing a little research in you, and I saw that you were at Goodspeed in a stage production of one of my favorite movies, speaking of Muppets, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Yes.
We have a photo of that because I think it's so cute.
I was adorable.
You were adorable. How was that experience like? Because you were working with puppets and people and, like portraying.
Yeah, it was
Muppet
incredible.
characters.
We were going into the Jim Henson Studios in New York City, like going inside, and the elevator door opens and there's Oscar the Grouch like right in front of you. It was just like, I was a Muppet kid. Muppet Movie was my first movie I ever saw, first video cassette we ever had, and then you have Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which has all those great Paul Williams songs. So I do some Paul Williams in the show, but Paul Williams wrote like for that movie, When the River Meets the Sea, and there I was in Connecticut working with Paul Williams. It was such an incredible experience, and we were wearing these costumes designed by the Henson organization, and I got to meet Jerry Nelson, who was the iconic puppeteer who did Emmett Otter himself, and many of the major Muppet characters. It was a dream.
Have you ever watched the crazy outtakes?
Yes, I have, like the bloopers of puppets, which was kind of amazing.
Check out the Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas outtake reel, because that is probably some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. So so here we are doing this show. So you're taking this on the road?
Yeah, so I'm starting to tour this, and I just played 2 performances in New York City about a week and a half ago, and I was in Cincinnati doing it the week before, and it's just a great experience when you're creating something new, and you like what it has to say, but also like this music just makes people feel good. You know, for those of you who come to see the show, it's just a lift to the spirit. Nostalgia is like so important for us, but I believe like when we're experiencing a nostalgic experience or having a nostalgic moment, you know, to really take it into like who we are right now is sort of what the show is about, to really find some value from experiencing nostalgia.
Right, because nostalgia is like a lot of times people think back in the old days, it was so much better, and then you actually look back in the old days and it's like, better for who? But you know, nostalgia is something we all feel when we have an experience of something we've experienced before. But again, the way that you're putting a spin on it, it's like, yes, you experienced this once as a child, and now you're experiencing the same song as an adult, and how does it make you feel at this moment? I think that's like a great gift to give to people.
Absolutely, especially the songs of Mr. Rogers. Like Mr. Rogers songs, you listen to them, you go, wow, like there's a song I don't do in the show, but it's like, sometimes people are good and they do just as they should, but the very same people who are good sometimes are the very same people who are bad sometimes. It's funny, but it's true. It's the same, isn't it, for me and you? And you're like, yes, like that, like a lot of people that we look up to and we value. And then the next verse goes, sometimes people are bad and they, you know, and it's the opposite. It's the very same people who are bad sometimes, the very same people who are good sometimes. And it's just reminding you that like, nobody is one thing. We are all complex, multi-dimensional people, and we shouldn't label ourselves as anything, really. We're human beings that have a great complexity.
Oh, that is a great point and a valid point, and thank you for sharing that. So we can catch you tonight here on this
6
stage.
p.m. Halloween night, October 31st.
Yeah, so wear your sexiest or non-sexiest outfits.
Yeah, you can
come see Hello Neighbor at 6 o'clock here at the Crown and Anchor. Thanks for making it on the show today.
Thanks so much for having me.
And Ethan, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
We have you one more week behind the camera next week.
Yes.
Right? All right.
Yep.
And then off to Boston.
Yep.
Dorchester.
She's going to the city.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors, the Boat Slip, the Crown and Anchor, Provincetown Brewing Company, Provincetown Television, and the Provincetown Inn. Have a fun, have a safe, be as sexy as you want, or as not sexy as you want on Halloween. It's going to be a blast this weekend. Thanks for waking up in Provincetown, wherever you are. See you next week, guys.
Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey! Oh! Hey! Wake up, wake up. Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake